that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm just trying to rattle my brain for a few of them.
Marcus Johnson?
Well, that's a bit of a stretch.
It's not.
but thank you.
It is not.
But thank you anyway.
There's Vucevic. First clean minutes.
Since what, one field goal attempt, 0 points.
0 points, right.
I mean,
more assists, more fouls than he does points.
Yeah. And again, that's because the Bucks are loading up on him the way they are. But as great as he is, you'd expect more than that. Nice.
Giannis, another bucket. He's got 16.
I mean, Bolton for the Bucks available, coming off of a Game 2 victory, 41 from DeRozan. And then all of a sudden, you get blown out twice on your home floor. Talk about demoralizing, and we're seeing some carryover here tonight.
Giannis going back to back.
Blocks his teammates' dunk attempt.
Exactly.
In All-Star games.
Javon finding his 2-point shot. Nicely done. That's the only
Take a seat on the court. And there's great defense on a lackadaisical entry pass from the Bulls.
As you mentioned.
I don't care if you're looking at 5 defenders every possession. I mean, you can get some shots up if you're DeRozan.
Javon gets that screen to Bobby, and the two-player game works nicely there on the
on social media. All his posts have the hashtag treadmill mentality. He says it's how I play. You got to be ready for everything. Even if you aren't going to get in the game, you've got to have that.
Giselle, Defensive Player of the Year award.
I have a couple times.
Yep.
An all-defensive team all 4 years. Sidestep three there for Wes Matthews. 15-0 run here for the Bucks.
Anything you get out of Wes at the offensive end is just pure gravy with the way he has embraced the challenge of defending DeMar DeRozan in this series.
Patrick Williams has been the off 0 for 2 from 3 here tonight. Here's White on the transition. And you mentioned it, Marcus, that's what the Bulls are trying to do.
Well, I mean, they are one of the best teams in the league. I think they were number 1 and number 2 in terms of just point per level.
Also gets the Bucks out of their habit. He's tested positive. He's had COVID 3 times now in the last 18 months.
I didn't think that could happen. I thought you could get it like twice maximum.
You know what? There's new rules all the time, right? DeRozan's first bucket. Junior, the cross-court pass. Here's Kobe White. To do some damage off the glass. How about a 2-point shot there for Kobe?
Yeah, and the Kobe White situation where he's trying to show management that he can be a guy that can come off the bench and be a consistent point producer. Now, you know, the playoffs have not been successful for him in that regard, but he's just 22 years old. That's the thing to keep in mind.
Brooke does a cleanup job.
White's usually good off screen, but that's mainly center of the floor flare screen. Nice job getting the bigs. Tristan Thompson away from the basket.
They're going to give that shot to Jones Jr. until he can prove he can hit that shot. Kobe White hits that one. His second 3-point make. Jones Jr. picks up another foul. That's going to be 4 on him.
You mentioned those numbers on Kobe White, and yeah, that's solid production, but unfortunately it comes when your team is 21 points down.
Giannis checking back in. Bobby Portis checks out. Brooke checks out. We got Javon Carter, Pat Connaughton, Grayson Allen, Drew, and Giannis.
And so would those numbers even count in cleaning the glass garbage time?
Already it's garbage time?
No, I'm just they don't count, you know, certain times when the lead is
but they gotta count it now, right?
Yeah, I guess, but I mean technically.
Brown Jr.
And he's playing. I mean, they're trying to just do what they can with the limited resources that they have, and the Bucks just you have no pity, no sympathy. You just keep the foot on the gas and try and get this lead as big as you can.
Giannis gets fouled again. He'll go to the free throw line again for attempts 8 and 9 here coming up.
Already, yes.
And Vucevic has picked up his second. Take a quick word from Chevy.
Chevy Silverado. When only the strongest, most advanced will do. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Coming off a 32 point, 17 rebound, 7 assist game. You know, it's the numbers for me, Marcus, when you look at like what his 20 points, 6 rebounds, the assists that he comes up with and the assists that he's had here in this series, like it sounds ridiculous, but you almost expect him to get what, you know, his average 27, 28, 29 double-figure rebounds. But to get the 7 assists that he has, to look for his teammates, I felt like he was a distributor first, right? And then a scorer second in some of these games in this series.
Well, that's the continuing maturity of Giannis as a basketball player. And not forcing things, you know, giving or taking what the defense gives you. And for Giannis in this series, it's been, you know, drawing the crowd, being aggressive, keeping the stress on the rim, but also being a willing passer to kick out.
It's been a little bit different here tonight. He's had the points. 7 of 8 shooting here so far, just the 1 assist. The Bulls get it back. And DeMar DeRozan has his 2nd basket of the night, if you can believe it, with 1 minute left to play here in this first half.
And Coach Bud more frustrated with that bucket by DeRozan than anything, allowing him to step through. So this is what's going to be key for Giannis the remainder of the playoffs. And I'm not looking ahead, I'm just saying, still got some basketball.